There are plenty of global hotspots that could have been the focus of President Obama's address at the United Nations today, but it was Iran and the possibility of major changes in how it relates to the rest of the world that grabbed the headlines. Chief White House correspondent Ed Henry has the story tonight from New York.
After days of vague statements, White House officials made clear today President Obama was willing to have a handshake or informal meeting with new Iranian President Hassan Rouhani on the sidelines of the UN General Assembly.
The roadblocks may prove to be too great, but I firmly believe.
While the president would have faced more charges of showing weakness on the world stage if the photo of a handshake emerged, late today White House officials said it was Rouhani who begged off a meeting because of the complexity of his own domestic politics, though he continued to say all the right things.
Yes to peace and no to war.
Secretary of State John Kerry will meet later this week with the Iranian foreign minister, the highest level of contact in 34 years. And today the president directed Kerry to work toward a diplomatic solution, even as he showed skepticism.
I don't believe this difficult history can be overcome overnight. The suspicions run too deep. But I do believe that if we can resolve the issue of Iran's nuclear program, that can serve as a major step down a long road towards a different relationship.
It could be an extremely long road of drawn-out talks that allow Iran to stall for time, according to Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, who will meet with Mr. Obama at the White House next Monday.
Iran thinks that soothing words and token actions will enable it to continue on its path to the bomb.
Even though Netanyahu is not speaking at the UN until next Tuesday, he made sure his voice was heard today from Israel.
But we will not be fooled by half measures that merely provide a smokescreen.
The president sent somewhat conflicting signals by flat out declaring his goal in Iran is not regime change, while also insisting he's willing to take military action in the Mideast.
The United States of America is prepared to use all elements of our power, including military force, to secure our core interests in the region.
It was the president's initial willingness to use force in Syria, but reluctance to follow through on it, that put him on defense ahead of these meetings, though administration officials insist it was the stick of potential force that got Bashar al-Assad to the negotiating table to admit he has chemical weapons.
Now there must be a strong Security Council resolution to verify that the Assad regime is keeping its commitments. And there must be consequences if they fail to do so.
But there are already signs tonight that Russia will block the threat of military force from being included in any UN Security Council resolution, raising question about whether there will be any teeth to make sure Assad actually turns over those chemical weapons. Brett?
Ed Henry in New York tonight. Ed, thank you.